Okay, in this video I'm going to show you how to create a simple login form. It's going to have no registration, so maybe I'll do that later in the future, but just for now it's just going to be a simple login form by you manually entering the username and passwords into a database. So before we actually start doing anything, we need to create the database. So load up your localhost and enter PHP If you don't know how to get localhost, you need to download a local server, which is I'm using WAMP, W-A-M-P, or you can use XAMPP. There's a few others, but just download like a local host that supports PHP and MySQL. So first of all, we need to create a new database here, and we're going to just create this database. What should we call it? Login, and click create. And let's create a new table here called users, and just for now we're going to use 3 fields. One will be the ID, the second one will be the username, and the third will be the password. So click go, and here now we're creating why have we only got I've only got 2 fields. Login, users, 3 fields. Go. There we go, I've got 3 now. Right, so in the first one we want the ID, and it's going to be an integer, and we want it to be an auto increment. Second one is the username, and we'll have that as a varchar. Length, we'll do it as 15. That'll do. And the password, that's a varchar as well, and we'll keep that as 15 characters long as well. So once you've done that, click on save, and there we've got we've created the table. So if you go to insert up here, we can now insert the username and password. Leave the ID blank because that's our auto increment, it'll do it itself. So for the username I'm just going to put Ash, and the password I'll just put pass. I wouldn't recommend you use that password. Click go, and that's now been added to the table in the database. So if we go to browse up here, you can now see that ID 1, username Ash, password pass. Okay, so now we've set up the database. We can open up Dreamweaver and open up a blank page, and we need to save this as index.html. And in this HTML we're just going to create our login form on a bit of HTML code. So we're going to form action is going to be equal to, and we're going to create a login page which will be login.php, and the method of this page is going to be post. So now we'll create our input boxes. So input type is going to be equal to a text, and the name of this is going to be username, and create another input box. This time we're going to have it as a password, and the name is going to be password. Okay, and one last input box, and this one is going to be equal to submit, and the name is submit. Right, so we've created our little input form. We also need value on the end of here, which will be login. Right, so if we save that out, right, well, sorry, we need to close the form off first. There we go. So if I now, you can get rid of this page now if you really want to, and load up that. You see we've got our form now, but can't really see what you're doing. So I'm going to add a bit of user friendly in here. User name put into there, and password there, and we'll just paragraph these breaks off. Save that out, refresh, and now we've got something that looks like that. So now we've got a simple HTML form, and in part 2 of this tutorial I'll show you how to create the PHP code for logging the user in. So stick around for part 2.